Good morning, and welcome. I'm David Schwartz. I am the minister here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Boulder, and it is a pleasure to be with you this morning. One of the things that I love about this community is the joyful informality. We do serious things seriously, and we do joyful things joyfully, and I'm glad to be a part of both of those the whole life. I want to take a moment to extend a warm welcome to anyone visiting for the first time. If you're joining us online, fill out a visitor form. We'd love to be in touch with you. The link is in the description. We say that here we connect bravely and deepen spiritually. We embody justice and always love, this monumental charge that we keep on trying to live up to and into. What that means also is not just this sort of grand mission, but an invitation into a shared time together today for this hour, but also into a way of life, a way of being in the world that might transform you. A few announcements. Today, right after the service, I cannot overemphasize the promptness of right after the service, is our annual meeting and our second annual kids meeting. They have snacks and water balloons. Adults, I'm sorry. So at the end of the service, we all step out because the clerk has to check everyone back in and give you ballots and things. So everyone leaves the room, grabs coffee and a quick bite, and then starts coming back in. Kids, right after the service, y'all head down the hall with Rachel. Next Sunday, we continue this new summer schedule. I'm sorry, 11 o'clock goers who had to get out an hour earlier. This is how it is all summer through August 11th, a 10 o'clock service, followed by different activities at 11. And in fact, next week at 11, we kick it off with a picnic. So bring a picnic basket and some food to share. Next week also is Finding Yourself at UUCB class. So if you're a newer person in the community and want to get a sense of what we're all about and how to get more involved and connected, or if you are a longtime person and just want a refresher, you are absolutely welcome, and lunch will be provided for that. That's all the announcements. We begin this annual flower service, as we do each week, by lighting our chalice, just like 1,000 other congregations do around the country. Our chalice is a symbol of our Unitarian Universalist past, present, and future. It's a visible reminder of our interconnection. And I am delighted this morning to welcome Natalie and Adam and Bridger and Tegan to come light the chalice.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Natalie.
I'm Adam.
Bridget.
And this is Tegan. We're new members as of today. But we've been coming for over a year. Thank you to Irene for staying on top of us. It's an honor to be invited to light the chalice this morning.
Halloween.
Okay. So this is what life is like, very interrupted, so I'll try to keep this short. But yeah, we're honored to be invited to light the chalice this morning. As I said, we've been attending the church regularly for over a year, and we found it the way you find most great things, by a Google search. What did you say?
I had searched online for religion for the non-religious because at this point in our lives we had assumed that there was no religion that would work for us.
Exactly. And to our surprise, we lived in the neighborhood and walked by the church dozens of times, not understanding what Unitarian Universalism was at all. It sounded very religious, actually. And with that swift Google search, we said, let's check it out. And since then, it's been the best part of our week, every single week, walking in these doors, people knowing who we are, us learning to meet some of this wonderful community. And within a couple of months, we had Rachel bringing us meals when we had our baby born, and Martha and Candace and Robin, and we were blown away by that support after just joining a couple months. So it's been wonderful. It's our favorite part of the week, as I said. We look forward to coming and letting our kids experience a sense of community in Boulder that we just didn't have before. And there was something else I was going to say.
No, that was it. You're the best.
Okay, so we light this chalice this morning in gratitude for this wonderful community that we found, stumbled onto. Thank you, Google. Oh.
If I could have our various Rocky Mountain animals come to the front. Great. Once upon a time, as all good stories begin. Once upon a time, in the Rocky Mountains and their foothills, the animals lived in harmony, appreciating each other, taking for granted the delicate balance of their ecosystem. There was bighorn sheep and mountain lion. There was rabbit and eagle, flicker, and last but not least, prairie dog. But in recent decades, the animals have felt stressed out because some of the resources they need are harder and harder to find. So today, we find our animals in a very challenging place.
These prairie dogs are constantly digging tunnels. They're destroying the plants I was planning to eat.
We only have to dig so many tunnels to hide from the eagles. Eagle keeps trying to eat us when there aren't enough fish in our streams. Sometimes my anxiety levels are so high, it's hard to even remember where I've tunneled. And it's all Eagle's fault.
Listen, don't even get me started on mountain lion. The mental health of the rabbit population has been destroyed thanks to mountain lion snacking on us.
Well, if bighorn sheep didn't eat all the nice tall grass, I'd be able to hide much more easily and get larger prey than rabbits.
And no one's mentioned how northern flicker keeps boring holes into already sick aspens for its home.
Hey, now!
That's enough. I called you all here today for a very important meeting. I know we've heard rumors of a species returning to these parts who has been gone for a long time, and now we have confirmation. Wolf is coming back.
What?
Bighorn, this is not a good idea. Wolf has huffed and puffed and blown down houses made of twigs like mine.
And I've heard that Wolf ate Little Red Riding Hood's sick granny. My granny's sick right now.
My great uncle was killed and eaten by a wolf.
If a mountain lion can be prey, this is a really bad idea for rabbits. Bighorn, We should not let Wolf come live here.
It's not my decision. The humans have decided this is best. But look, all the same, Wolf is going to be part of our ecosystem. And we're going to welcome Wolf with a party, my friends.
Party on top of.
Seems a little far, don't you think?
Bighorn called them my friends out of habit, but it had been years since these friends were friendly. Meanwhile, back in Oregon, Wolf was packing her things and getting ready to move to Colorado.
Okay, Ms. Wolf, you got this. You've applied for this opportunity in Colorado because you were looking for community. It wasn't happening here in Oregon. Remember when you cut your hair so you'd have bangs? And all the other wolves didn't even want to be around you until you let your hair grow out? Now you can fix your hair wherever, however you want to. This is my chance to break away. I can take a risk. I can make a change. I can take a chance. I want to look at the Rocky Mountains. I want to sleep under the aspen. I want to feel the cool water in the creeks. That's where we're heading, you and me. And besides, Colorado has these cute little prairie dogs. Well, I'm just thinking they would be such lovely things to cuddle a little bit. And I'm wondering if maybe these mountain lions might make good running partners. Okay, girlfriend, you got this. You're going to find a place where you get community.
And lucky for us, we know a song about what to do when there's lots of new things coming our way. Anybody want to help me sing? Everybody can help me sing, but especially my 9 o'clock friends know it. Be open for something wonderful to happen. Be open to the possibilities. Be open for something wonderful to happen. Be open to the possibilities. This is my favorite part with the dancing hands. Aye, aye, aye. Now down low. Aye, aye, aye. Bring them up, bring them up. Aye, aye, aye. Down low. Aye, aye, aye. Nice, Heidi. Ready? Be open for something wonderful to happen. Be open to the possibility. Be open for something wonderful to happen. Be open to the possibilities. Dancing hands, here we go. Aye, aye, aye. Down low. Aye, aye, aye. Aye, aye, aye. Aye. Aye, aye, be open one more time. Be open for something wonderful to happen. Last part, be open to the possibilities. That's it. Oh, my birthday.
Back in Colorado, once the animals agreed to throw a party, they started arguing about every single detail.
We should serve the best flowers to eat. Nasturtiums and clover and sunflowers.
Gross. Wolves don't eat flowers. We need to serve up the finest walleye and trout.
Why don't we have a potluck? And everyone can bring their favorite dish to introduce Wolf to.
We should have the party high in the mountains, far away from where any of us live, so Wolf won't know how to find us.
Wait, that's too far for the prairie dogs to go. We should have it in the prairie before you get to the foothills.
But I need somewhere with water so I can go fishing before the potluck.
Okay, we'll hold a party at a nice park right before you get to the mountains, with a creek and close to the prairie dogs, like Eben G. Fine Park.
For entertainment at the party, I think we should have a race.
I don't know that I can outrun you. Mountain Lion, it would be unfair from the start to have a running race.
And me and Eagle don't even run. We fly. We should have a flying game.
Well, I'd like a rock jumping game. How about a relay race? Close to the ground, scurrying for prairie dog and rabbit, and then a flying portion for eagle and flicker, and then mountain lion and wolf can end with the running.
When the day of the party came, Wolf came to the park, and she was so excited for everything they'd done to welcome her.
That was the most wonderful welcome I have ever received. You know, lots of times people are prejudiced against wolves. They think we just destroy everything. I really worried about coming out here because I feared it would be like it was back in Oregon, where I just didn't have any community. My pack was all the same kind of animals, and I just didn't fit in. But you all, I mean, look at you all. Prairie dog, the way you burrow and aerate the land and how non-judgmental you are about me. I skipped a part.
We're going to go back just a little bit to when Wolf comes to the party.
Well,
Okay. I get it. Wow. Wow. What an amazing community you all have here. And this party is incredible. I feel so welcome. Thank you for planning this for me.
well, community is a process, but we work at it. And we wanted to welcome you as our neighbor.
As Wolf went through the buffet table, she ended up next to Prairie Dog.
Wolf, I can't help but notice that you piled your plate high with clover and nasturtium and the grasses and seeds me and Bighorn brought. But you didn't touch the fish Eagle brought or the venison Mountain Lion hunted this morning.
Well, I'm a vegetarian. It's one of the reasons I didn't get along with all the rest of my pack back in Oregon. You know, I was kind of a lone wolf. They thought I was weird, but I'm excited by the new wildflowers.
Wolf, do you promise you're a vegetarian?
Do I have to prove it?
Well, in this community, we sometimes say we're promise makers and promise breakers, but this time feels a little different.
Let me grab Rabbit for you. He's an amazing chef, the best at knowing which wildflowers to pair with which grasses.
After the relay race, which was won by the team of Prairie Dog, Flicker, and Wolf, all the animals sat on the rocks along the banks of the creek, dipping their toes in the water.
Ah, that was the most wonderful welcome I've ever received, as I've said before. You know, a lot of people are prejudiced against wolves. They think we just destroy everything. I was really worried about coming out here because I didn't really know if I'd find community. And my pack was all the same kind of animals, and I just didn't fit in. But you all, look at you. Look at them. Look at them. Prairie dog, the way you burrow and aerate the land and how non-judgmental you were when I said I was a vegetarian. And rabbit. You were so willing. You were so willing. You were so willing to help me find the tastiest wildflowers. And Flicker, the way you donate your old home so that other animals can use them is so generous. And Eagle, you are clearly majestic. But you are also very well versed in all the best places to get drinking water. Thanks for your love of fish. And Mountain Lion, the way you asked if I would ever go running with you, I felt so accepted. It was really what I hoped we could do together. Thank you all so much.
At first, the animals just felt proud of themselves as individuals. But as they heard Wolf's words, they looked around and they were able to see each other in a different light. They really did all have different gifts to offer their community. And even though some of them were stronger, or faster, or cuter, they were all valuable. And it was at that moment, seeing each other more fully, that the party really started.
Several times each year, we get to welcome new members into the community. And each time someone new joins this community, it changes them and it changes the community itself too. It changes all of us. To recognize and welcome new members is also to remake this congregation. We gather together to do the mundane and the holy work of making a life. We will weep together and laugh together, and we will sing together and sit silent together, and serve on committees and bring food for potlucks and mourn our dead and bless our children and break our hearts open to the world. May I invite our new members to come forward, folks who have joined since the last time we did this. Yeah.
Wonderful. Friends, we welcome you this morning as we affirm in ceremony what you have already made real in your individual lives, which is your commitment to this congregation and your liberal faith. Outwardly, what you have done is simple, just to sign your name. But you come to this step by many paths. For some of you, it was easy. You found a group and united with it. For others, the road was long, and your commitment came at the end of a pilgrimage. To become a member is to pledge yourself to the common good of this church. You are not just a consumer, but a co-creator. To be a member means to welcome the next people coming through our doors. Each new member who joins our church brings gifts and needs, questions and answers. We welcome each of you for the unique contributions you have to make to our congregation and for the unrealized potential within us that you will help bring forth. We are the stewards holding this church in trust for the generations that will succeed us. We give you these books, food for the mind. We give you the care and community of all those here, room for the heart and soul to grow. We give you these roses brought forth from the earth as a token of your lifelong spiritual unfolding. And as Reverend David is finishing, I'll just test my memory. We have Laura Summers and Jess Rempel, and Dave Long, Nick Hartman, and then you've already met Adam and Natalie this morning. May this house that holds the fullness of your life, body and mind, heart and soul.
Congregation, belonging, you know this very well, is not something that comes from us at the front of the room behind a microphone. It comes from all of us to each other, all of you. In that spirit, will you welcome our new members with joy? Will you affirm them and pledge to support them? Will you work to know them and allow yourselves to be known by them? Will you commit to being one people, unique and united? If so, please give an enthusiastic yes.
Yes! And new members, will you accept the gifts and responsibilities of membership and the covenant of love, respect, and service? Will you pledge to support our congregation and the association of which it is a part as we are able, with our hearts and hands, our talents and treasure? If so, please give an enthusiastic yes. Yes. Welcome. We are a promise-making, a promise-breaking, and a promise-remaking people. We are called not to be perfect, but to be faithful. In that spirit, each week, we speak our covenant aloud, all together. It is a reminder of the promises we make in this gathered community. In person and online, will you join as one to say our covenant and then join us in song? We gather in fellowship to speak truth to each other, to reach out and touch one another, to care with each other, and to seek the truth divine. So be it.
Thank you. Please be seated. This is one of the challenges of fitting everyone is we are in like the economy seating pattern today. So choir especially, I'm grateful for you packed in up here so close. Thank you. Will you join me in a spirit of prayer and meditation, spirit of stillness, and most of all, a sense of opening, of extending our care and compassion, our love, first to ourselves, and sometimes this is the hardest thing, to hold yourself with the sort of compassion and love that you might find easy to extend to others, but that's the first work, that's the foundation, that's the beginning. To know yourself not as all good or all bad, but as a person, as a regularly complicated person, worthy of love, possessed of an inherent worthiness and a dignity that can't be taken from you. That compassion extends out from ourselves to the people around you, the people you know and love. Call them to mind. See if there's a face that comes to you, a sense of someone's presence who you rejoice with or worry over. And let the love hold them too. And then spreading outward even further, beyond this community, beyond this country, to hold everyone in a place of love. This week, we lift up in the care of this community Barbara Mulfasey. Her cousin in Massachusetts died yesterday after a long illness, and Barbara is remaining there for a little while longer to help her 105-year-old aunt. We rejoice with Debbie and Jeff Davies, who are celebrating their 40th wedding anniversary. We're in solidarity with Joe Correa that a job will materialize sooner rather than later. And with love and gratitude, we join with Chris Zanoni for everyone, the 8 folks from UUCB who spent the last week on the Navajo and Hopi reservations with teepee raisers. We're grateful for that work and solidarity. We'll be together in silence for just a moment. Amen. His mother was a devout Catholic, and his father was agnostic, not absolutely sure of what the big truths of the universe were. He became an acolyte at age 10 in 1890 at St. Martin's Catholic Church. We have a picture of it to show, St. Martin's. And in the years that followed, he became disillusioned. His priest was a cynic. At the age of 18 in Vienna, apprenticed to a tailor, as a tailor to his uncle, Norbert discovered the Baptists and became a minister. He founded almost a dozen churches from Ukraine to Budapest, yet slowly his faith became more and more liberal. He left Bohemia under government threat and accepted a call to serve a Baptist church in New York City.
That was until one day in 1919 he wrote in his diary, "I cannot be a Baptist anymore, even in compromise. The fire of new desires, new worlds is burning inside me." Norbert and his wife Maya Chapek joined a Unitarian church in New Jersey in 1921 for the same reason a whole lot of you did. They liked the religious education program. You assigned that line to me. World War I ended. His home country now independent, he and Maya returned to their home of Czechoslovakia. His Unitarian church was the Prague Liberal Religious Fellowship. In just 20 years, his church had 3,200 members.
They also built a new building. In that congregation, though, the traditional Christian communion service of bread and wine wouldn't meet the needs of the people who gathered, because that church, like ours, had different people who believed different things. So Čapek turned to the beauty of the countryside and flowers, and in 1923 he created the flower ceremony, the same thing we're doing here 101 years later. He asked his congregants to bring a flower to church from their garden or the field or the roadside. And he asked each person to place that flower into a vase like we've done. It was a representation of the church community, no less unique for being united. And then following the service, each person could take a flower from the vase, a different one than they had brought.
That is our church. That was Čapek's church, called to practice the three prophetic tasks of every liberal church. Realism in the face of ideology. Grief while the world is in denial. Hope when the world is in despair. For this, the Gestapo arrested him in 1942. The Nazis accused Čapek of listening to foreign broadcasts and sent him to Dachau concentration camp, where they starved and tortured him. But even then, even in that place, he held a flower communion ceremony with his fellow prisoners, finding whatever flowers they could amongst the weeds of the camp. And they testified to a beauty larger than themselves and to a love that would outlive them.
The Nazis killed Norbert Čapek, but his spirit and his courage and his commitment live on today. It's passed now to us to make those things real in the world. His wife, Maya, brought the flower ceremony to the Unitarian Church in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1940, and from there it spread through our congregations around the country. And as Čapek asked his people to bring one flower and take another, I invite you to do the same. When the music begins, I'll invite you to come forward in silence, starting with the back of the room and the side before the front, and take a flower, any flower from these bouquets, as a symbol of our shared belonging and of our uniqueness as members of a united community.
which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. For needs which others serve, for services we give, for work and its rewards, for hours of rest and love, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life, for all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use to build the common good and make our own days glad. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Thank you. Please rise in body or in spirit. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lead. Please swallow your pride, please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, no one can fill, no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lead. If there is a load, if there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lead. Just call on me, just call on me, neighbor, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need
what we have done is not a historical reenactment of something over and done, but an affirmation of our continuity with the generations of struggle for ever-widening liberty. I'm going to start that over. What we have done is not a historical reenactment of something over and done, but an affirmation of our continuity with the generations of struggle for an ever-widening liberty. This flower ceremony, lovely though it is, isn't a diversion from the ugly realities, but a gentle fierceness which proclaims that in the midst of dark days, there is always the light of beauty.
We don't do this service each year to remember something that happened in the past, but to remember something that's happening right now, to put it back together, to put ourselves back together again. Each a part of the body of this community, out of many, one.
The Reverend Eric Walker Wickstrom shares these words to carry us onward. If you are who you were, and if the person next to you is who he or she was, or they were, if none of us has changed since the day we came in here, we have failed. The purpose of this community, of any church, temple, zendo, mosque, is to help people grow.
We do this through encounter with the unknown, in ourselves, in one another, in the other, whatever that might be for us, however hard that might be. Because these sort of encounters have gifts to offer. So may you go forth, not who you were, but who you could be. So may we all. Will you rise in body or in spirit? And we'll close in song.